everyone, it's Dr. Trish and Benjamin. It's Sunday in the park with Dr. Trish and Benjamin. This is an experiment, another experiment with videos. I don't have a selfie stick, so I'm holding my phone with my feet. So we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, I wanted to share a little bit more of my personal story with you guys, and I'm getting so much feedback thanking me for sharing my personal story, and I've always been pretty tepid to share my personal story because there's a lot that I haven't even quite yet made peace with, and still have some shame and pain around it all. But anyhow, I'm here to do that. Nevertheless, Benjamin is checking everything out, looking for girls. Anyhow, so what I wanted to share with you is just a couple things. And just some bits of my personal story. I'm just trying to adjust the phone here with my hand and my feet, and some experiences that changed my life forever, profoundly, deeply. I'm just gonna let Benjamin go and see what he does. Anyhow, he's taking over the screen here. And the first experience that I had that was life-changing was something that happened to me when I was pretty young. I was 13 years old, and my dad, who I mentioned a little bit before in my first video, who was a survivor and a thriver after the Holocaust, had a stroke when he was 49. He had a really huge, devastatingly life-changing stroke, and left him what we call hemiparetic and aphasic, meaning he was paralyzed on one whole side of his body, and he could not speak very well. Anyhow, long story short, many years later, when I was exploring other ways of health and healing as a medical student, I got involved with studying acupuncture, Chinese medicine, and other healing types of approaches, a lot of energy medicine approaches. And my dad pursued one of these, and he actually experienced a complete cure. A cure that completely defied conventional medical thinking. This was one experience that forever changed my life and how I understood health, Western medicine, and came to really believe in the limits of the medical paradigm that I've studied, that I've been a student of. That was one experience. And another experience was something that happened to me personally, one of my experiences of illness and healing. I've had quite a few. I'm going to talk about them more in the days to come. I'm working on a book project on that too, in which I share my personal stories, hopefully always to be of help to you guys on your journey. Anyhow, my first major life-changing event happened when I was 22. I was a little older as a college student. I didn't like doing things the normal way. I went to college after a year of exploring the world after high school and not going to college. And a little while into my years at college, I started to have psychic experiences, out-of-body experiences. These were experiences that I've always had a little bit as a child, but nothing as intense and profoundly, extremely out there as during my college years. And I'm not going to go into all those details. I want to make this video as short for you as possible, and it's getting longer the more I talk. I sometimes go off topic. But long story short, these experiences I had were incredibly life-changing. They forever changed my view and understanding of reality. And I came to understand that there is an ineffable, unseen world. It's a world beyond the realm of our thinking brains. We can't wrap our heads around it. It's a world beyond the realm of our five senses. And it's a world that exists all the time. It's a world in which time is not as we think it. It's not linear, and it's a world in which space is not the way we think it. And another long story short, what happened to me was also deeply and profoundly life-changing, because what happened to me was I ended up getting locked up in a psychiatric ward. I was literally taken to the ER, a hypodermic needle was stuck in my butt, and I was taken against my will to the lock ward of a psychiatric unit in a hospital in suburban New Jersey where I had grown up. that in itself was another life-changing, transformative experience for me. It was really hard at the time. It was beyond words, hard, painful, etc., etc. I was basically told I was schizophrenic and or manic depressive, and I was placed on 4 medications, and I was told I was needing to be medicated on these drugs for life. I was destined to be under the chains of psychiatric pharmacology. Another long story short, after many, many months, and actually more than months, I got out of the hospital, and actually over 1.5 to 2 years, my mother, who has been a remarkable person in my life, she's no longer with us in physical form, but my mother was a wise and strong and free-thinking, ahead of her time type of woman, came up to my bedroom one day where I was spending most of my days. I was pretty depressed and funked out and zombied out by these medications, and said to me, "We need to start weaning you off of this medication." And slowly, little by little, pill by pill, capsule by capsule, she cut the pills in half, she separated the capsules and decreased the meds. And little by little, weeks and probably more like months later, I slowly returned to myself, the person that I always knew. I've never since then been under the chains of psychiatric pharmaceuticals again. So that was a life-changing experience, both the out-of-body psychic experiences that I'd had and what I call my incarceration in the institution of psychiatry, and experiencing the way I was treated. They were gifts. They felt difficult at the time, but they were huge gifts, more gifts to expand, grow, evolve my understanding of life, of reality, and also, again, as I described my experience with my dad's healing, come to deeply know the limits of the conventional medical paradigm that I've been a student of, and what it fails to understand and accommodate in its understanding of health, disease, and treatment of illness and disease. Anyhow, I feel like I'm coming off, want to come back to you guys, want to end this video. It's a little longer, a little over 7 minutes, so let me sign out for now and just share with you that all these experiences have been fuel for the journey that I'm on, navigating my experience of life as a human being, with a body, with thoughts, with emotions, and finding a way to equanimity no matter what's going on. And that is always my goal in my journey, being out here with you, is to offer you tools, resources, support, dialogue, and community for ways to living well, for ways to navigating being human, and to find light and joy and peace. Signing off from Central Park, Sunday. Benjamin, say goodbye to everybody. Ciao, ciao. Whoops, we just blurred out a little bit. All right, signing off. Thanks again. Comments, feedback, even on the informal, unscripted nature of my videos, I'd appreciate that too. Feeling a little uncomfortable with that, but hoping it was helpful for you in some way. Big hug, lots of love to everyone.